Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to Crazy for Cars TV. This week we're coming to you from Abundant Life Church in Pike Creek. This is where we said on our last episode we're going to be shooting our show, first on location show from, and we're hoping that the weather holds out. We're shooting kind of early. There's not a lot of cars here yet, but there's some good stuff to look at. We're going to be looking at some Fords. We've got 4 trophies. We got a Ford trophy, a GM, a Mopar, and a Best Imports. There's 4 trophies we're going to be giving out today. We're going to be looking at a lot of cars. And next show is going to be from Kirkwood Highway, the Kirkwood Highway Cruise. That's always the second Saturday in August. We've made our way over to this beautiful 55 T-Bird. I've got the owner here with me. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's a 55 Thunderbird. I've had it almost 6 years. It does real good on the local level for winning trophies and things like that. Of course, that's not what I bought it for. But it's basically all original or original time correct equipment.
Right.
All I've had to do was replace the wheels, tires, the convertible top, and the valve covers, the dress-up valve covers that are on there currently. Other than that, it was already done. It was previously owned by another fellow from the area, Delaware, and he had it for about 5 or 6 years.
It's a beautiful car. So do you drive it often? I mean, you're out here in the rain today.
Yeah.
I give you a lot of credit for showing up with the weather that's coming.
I'm not real anxious to take it out in the rain, but I do. Occasionally for things like this.
Right.
Most of the shows are for pretty decent causes, but I don't go out of my way to go out in the rain. But I keep it within say a 45, 50 mile radius from my home.
Well, thank you very much again for showing us your car, and I didn't ask for your name.
Okay, I'm Dave Maizano. I'm president of First State Mustang and Ford Club.
Dave, well, thank you again, and it's nice to see you out here today.
Thank you.
We've made our way over to a Mercury here, and I've got a gentleman, Steve, that's your name. It's the great name. I'm Steve as well. Tell us a little bit about your Mercury.
Well, it's a 1956, and the thing about the Mercury is I had one exactly like it when I was 18 years old. That's been many, many years ago now. So finally, I've had this one going on 8 years. I looked and looked and looked, trying to find one to be one exactly like the one I had when I was 18 years old.
Right.
And this fit the bill.
That's great. A lot of people don't understand. In the old car hobby, these are actually more than just a car. It's kind of a time machine. It gets to take you back in time to when you had one a long time ago. A lot of people buy cars that they've had when they were younger.
Oh, absolutely. To me, there's nothing like the 50s cars. And I guess that's because of the generation I grew up in.
Right.
But they were also different. Today's cars all look alike, in my opinion. But back in the 50s, the colors and the way they did, it was just beautiful.
Right, and you turn on that, I guess you still got the AM radio in there, but you turn on the radio, you play the oldie station, and it's like going back in time. Now, have you done much of anything to the car?
Well, the body as you see it, that's the way I purchased it. I had to rip the interiors out of it because everything was shot inside. So I had to rip, that was stuff I could do.
Right.
Rip that, nothing worked under the dash or anything, so I had to tear that out and redo all that. Now everything works right.
Well, thank you very much for bringing it out for us today. Thank you, Steve, for braving the weather.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, we've looked at a couple of cars from the 50s. We've made our way over to a late model Mustang, a 5.0. Tell us your name.
My name is John Roscoe, and this is a 2017 Mustang GT California Special.
It's a great-looking car, and I can tell a lot of this doesn't look quite stock.
No, I've put some aftermarket goodies under the hood just to dress it up a little bit. Not too much speed equipment on it. Trying to keep it mostly stock. It comes with 435 horsepower from the factory, so that's plenty for me.
That's a lot of stock horsepower,
Right.
and it's nice to have that much horsepower with a warranty. A lot of people like to do personalization, dress up their cars a little bit. This looks really nice.
Yes, I did a little bit of personalization. I tried not to overdo it. I put the black side scoops on the side of the car to keep with the California Special thing that was going on with the other scoops and so forth that came with the car and the black stripes.
Now, you're also part of the Mustang and Ford Club.
Yes.
Is this your first Mustang, or have you had other Mustangs previously?
Actually, my first Mustang was a 64 and a half.
Okay, so all the way back to the very beginning.
Yes, I got that Mustang when I got out of the Army in 1969. I needed something economical to run back and forth to work with. It was a 6-cylinder automatic, and it fit the bill perfect.
Well, thank you very much for bringing this out for us
All right.
today, and good luck with it.
Thank you.
Hi, we've made our way over to Jim Meadows, and we've got another Ford. This is a Ford truck. We've worked our way down from some Mustangs, some older Fords. Let's tell us a little bit about your Ford.
Oh, it's a Roadster, 1928. I bought it off of Paul Garwood. He's over there in that white truck. It's got a Chevy V8 in it, 350, 300 horse. What else you want me to tell you? It's automatic.
It's a great looking truck. Now, we also talked earlier before we picked this up that you had some shows that are coming up you wanted to talk about.
Yes, I do. I have one show at August the 18th at Fort Mont State Park. And we donate the money to the VA hospital, the Community Living Center in Wilmington. A lot of it. We got $1,691 last year. We have another show coming up in September. I have to look at the paper. The 8th. That's at the airport. And that's all on grass at an old airport. It's beautiful. Even Fort Mont's great because you got the ships going by. You can see Fort Mont. You can take the ferry, take your wife on a cruise, and also get on in a boat on a cruise the same day.
Well, Jim, thank you very much for showing us your Ford.
Thank you for
Take care.
thanking me.
Thanks.
I'll see you at more shows.
Well, we've made our way. We're looking at a lot of old cars today. We looked at one late model. We've found our way over to yet another Ford. Fords are popular today.
Good cars.
Good cars. Jack, tell us a little bit about your Ford.
I bought it 5 years ago. I've done things to make it mine, especially the wheels, because I'm kind of old guy from the 50s, and they didn't have these beautiful mag wheels back in the day. They had, Steelies with baby moons and white wall tires.
Very period correct looking.
Yeah,
It's a great look. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
How long have you had it?
5 years.
5 years you've had it. Have you, other than the wheels, what else have you done to it?
Well, I made side panels for it, and then I put these short ones on for the summertime, so it would keep it a little cooler in the heat which we've had.
It's a great look. Do you get to drive it much?
Every weekend I'm at a show someplace.
Every weekend. I've seen it out. It's a great looking
there
car.
you
And kudos to you for bringing it out in the possible threat of rain today.
It's been baptized before, so I'm not afraid of the rain. Last weekend was a real bad one up in Media.
Up in Media, yeah.
it was bad.
Everybody got wet up in Media. Well, thank you very much for
You're
bringing it
welcome.
out, showing it to us today.
I enjoyed it.
Well, we've made our way over to the first GM that we've looked at today. It's been pretty Ford heavy so far. And I'm here with Mark and Suzanne. You folks, I've known you for a long time, and we've got your Corvette here. Tell us a little bit about your Corvette.
1999, all original. We've had it about 6 years and enjoy it very much.
Now, do you take it out to many car shows?
Too many, 3 or 4 a weekend if we can.
I know. I've seen you a lot, and I know you get it out, but not everybody does. So, have you done any modifications to it?
No, I haven't. You just left it alone.
It's all stock. Stock actually makes it a very original car now by itself. With so many modifications that everybody does to it, it sets yours apart by not doing anything to it.
Right, and the only thing that was changed, and that was done before we bought it, is the wheels. They're not the original, but they're close to it.
It's a great look. The chrome wheels are definitely a great look. Well, thank you for bringing it out today. Thank you for showing it to us.
Okay, thank you. Enjoy it.
We've made our way over to the bar. Thank you very much for coming out today. We're going to talk about your car, but I want to talk about some other stuff. A lot of the people that are local know you from a lot of the other shows that you do and what's going on and the websites. But tell us a little bit about where you're going to be next.
Well, there's going to be a show at 301 Plaza on August 4th. It's limited to about 275 cars. It's a free event, so people will definitely come out for a free show. The next show after that is at Kirkwood Highway over to Price's Corner. It's the classic car cruise-in for cancer support community.
And we're going to be shooting from that show as well. So look for him or myself, and we're going to get your car on there as well. So if you didn't make this show, look for us out there at that show. Now, do you do that in conjunction with the Kirkwood Highway
Yes,
Cruise?
we do.
There's been as many as a couple of thousand or more cars out at that show.
Yes, there have been. There have been, and I'm hoping that we can fit them.
Yes, yeah. This is a big event when you come out to Kirkwood Highway. For those of you that are seeing this that haven't been out there, just Google Maps, Google Kirkwood Highway. If you're looking for an address, use like the 4500 block. That'll put you pretty much right in the middle. Price's Corner is where this gentleman's show is going to be. Now we've talked about some shows. Tell us a little bit about your car.
Well, this is a 79 Cutlass. I got it May 17th of 2017. It was a friend of mine's dad. He owned it from day one. I'm the second owner now. It's all original. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but a lot of people say keep it as is because it's a survivor.
They're only original once.
Yeah, only original once. That's true. I got a 1983 El Camino that I went and did everything to, so I'm thinking I might as well leave this the way it is.
All right. Well, thank you very much for bringing it out for us today, and we're going to see you on Kirkwood Highway
All
very
right.
soon. Thanks.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, for those of you that know me, know that I've historically been heavy Mopar guy, and I finally made my way down to a Mopar that I can really enjoy. Tell us your name.
I'm Ray Laws, and I'm from Bear, Delaware.
Ray, thank you for bringing out your Mopar for us to see today. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's a 1972 Charger SE, one of 126 made with a 400 4-speed transmission.
Oh, it is a 3-pedal car. That's great.
Yes, it is. I've only had it about a year and a half, and I've had work done on it. I had it repainted, and I added some little detail items to it, and had the transmission, had a clutch put in it, transmission worked on, and it's only got 72,000 miles on it.
Well, the paint looks fantastic. It's obviously original color.
It's not actually the original color.
It's not. Under the hood, you matched it up so well. I mean, the way the paint's blended, it looks exactly right on.
Yeah, the guy did a good job on the paint. Absolutely a fine job.
Now, the white interior, that was like back in the day with the Mopars, that was a big deal. That you'd get like colored interiors, matched color interiors with a white interior.
Yes, but the white, looks good, and it's, it stayed pretty clean for an older car.
What did the SE package include?
Well, the SE is like the luxury edition,
Right.
and that's why it's so odd to have that 400 and the 4-speed in a luxury car, so to speak. But, that's it. It's
With the Mopars, a lot of people don't know you could get a Charger back in the day all the way from the Leaning Tower of Power with a 6-cylinder in it all the way up to a Hemi car.
Oh, absolutely. Back in the day, I had a 68 Charger, and it was an RT model that had a 440 with 375 horse. But by 72, the emissions man and the insurance people were after the Mopar guys so bad. Well, everybody actually.
Sure.
And they killed me on the horsepower here.
Well, Ray, thank you very much for bringing it out for us to see today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Glad to be here.
As those of viewers are going to be able to tell, this is going to be a very competitive show today for that Ford trophy. We're looking again at yet another Ford.
Yes.
Tell us your name.
My name is Joe Sansone, Sr. I'm from Wilmington.
Joe, tell us a little bit about your car.
Well, I just got this car in March. It was completely done. I didn't want to get involved into another build, and I was looking for a fat fendered Ford, and this one came along, and I decided, okay, it was just right because I had a 57 Chevy, which we traded off with cash and stuff like that. He was looking for a 57 Chevy, so it worked out.
It worked out well. Tell us, what do we have in here for a drivetrain?
Oh, we have a small block Chevrolet crate motor. It's a 350, 330 horse, 350 turbo trans, and a Chevy rear, 10-bolt Chevy rear. It's a boxed frame, all custom frame, front end. The fellow that built this car was a dirt track racer, and he was up in years when he completed this car. But it tracks down the road like a brand new car.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for bringing it out and showing it to us today.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Thanks. We've made our way over to the only import so far we've got here at the show today. I'm here with Al. Al, tell us a little bit about your Volkswagen.
I restored it 11 years ago back to stock.
We were talking earlier about when you got this done. You saw us up at the Pike Creek show.
Pike Creek years ago.
Years and years ago.
Mhm.
Now, would you say you restored it? I mean, it looks like $1 million.
I had the body off, wiring, everything down to a bare shell, and restored it, put new upholstery, and bring it back to what it is.
All the way down to the floor pan.
I got photos where I stripped it down to nothing but a bare shell.
Wow. Now, I know they made a lot of these. A lot of the parts are still available, right?
Yes.
So you can buy new, basically new old stock parts.
They have a lot of the aftermarket parts for them.
How bad is the engine to get to work on this?
Not that bad. Just a little tricky because some of the stuff you got to drop it out of the body to do it.
And that's like 4 bolts. I've seen that done. It's actually pretty quick, right?
2 bolts, 2 nuts, and a couple wires.
It's incredible. It's incredible to pull the motor out. Now, how about the interior? Did you go through that as well?
Put it all new.
All new interior.
Re-glue the interior, put the windows back in, and put it on the roads.
It looks great. You did a great job, and thanks for braving the weather with such a nice ride today. Thanks a lot.
A lot of people don't understand, but 4-wheel disc can get rid of the stock drums.
Oh yeah,
So it's easier to maintain the quick change on the drum or the disc brake than the drums.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
I've made my way over to meet Bob here, and Bob has a 100% completely bone stock original Corvette.
Not quite. It's a regular C6 2007. Got a little engine work done to it. Pushing about 510 horsepower.
I saw that there on the side of the car.
Yeah.
It looks like you just about touched everything on this car.
Yeah, pretty much I did. I was blessed with a son that know how to do pretty much all the work except for engine work. He did all the body work.
Those scissor doors are a lot more work than what they look
they
like.
are.
Did you actually have to extension the wire harness going into the door?
No, I did not. It was plug and play.
It was plug and play.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the kits you have to extend the wire harness.
That's correct. Yeah. They had to do it on this one.
No.
On the 2006 and up, I think they made the wires a little longer, so you have to do that.
All right, now I mean there's obviously tons of chrome everywhere.
Yeah.
You change the wheels. We
Yeah.
got the scissors doors.
Yeah.
Do you take this out often?
Yes, I drive. It's a weekend driver. I got almost 50,000 miles on it.
Wow, no kidding. It's got to be tough to keep up that nice.
Oh yeah, but I enjoy doing it. So my son and I used to do everything together.
You're from Bear,
Delaware, yes sir.
so you didn't have too awful far to
No,
come today.
no, I did not.
Well, thank you very much for bringing it out and showing it to us today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Hey, I really appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Have a good day.
You too. We've made our way over to the only Lincoln I think we got here today, and I got to tell you, I think your springs broke.
They're just on air ride. Yeah.
I know it is. Hey, it's a great looking ride. Tell us,
Thank you.
what's your name?
Justin Allen.
Justin, tell us a little bit about the car.
It's a 1967 Lincoln Continental, suicide doors and all that factory. I put Detroit steel wheels. They're 20-inch wheels with air ride suspension made by AccuAir. Yeah.
Those wheels, that's a great look. That's actually a popular wheel depending on where you go.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you done to it?
That's about it. I cleaned up the engine bay a little bit, painted the air cleaner and all. I got a different set of used seats I put in, and then that's about it for now. My plan is to do the whole car, but I'm just doing it bit by bit while I can.
It's a great looking car. That can't be original paint.
No, it's been painted, but when I bought it, somebody did a quick paint job on it. But other than that,
it looks great. That's why it looks too good to be original paint from this old.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for bringing it out and showing it to us today. Good luck with it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Well, we've made our way over to, I guess this is kind of the second truck. We looked at that other older Ford earlier. I'm here with Mike. Tell us a little bit about your Chevy.
Well, this is a 1956 Chevy pickup. It's the half-ton, and I'm the third owner of it. The original owner was a logger down in Tennessee, and he used it on his logging, with the paper mill and that type of thing, until it was just basically dead. And then for his 75th birthday, his son took it and had it restored for him.
That's great.
That was a great story, And then after he passed, the family sold it, and a dealer bought it, and then I got it from him.
Okay, so you're counting the dealer as the second owner.
The dealer would have been the second owner. That's right, and then I'm the third.
Okay, so you're really the second driver, really.
Well, that would be true. Yes, sir.
That's pretty impressive. Was it this nice when you got it? This was the restoration that was done?
Well, it was not. I think a few years had passed in between, so I've done a few things to it. I had like a custom stainless steel gas tank put on it, back under the bed, and a few little things. Done some touches on the engine, air conditioning, front disc brakes, a few things like that. But basically, what you see is the way it looked when I got it.
Well, it's a great looking driver. So you can tell with the air conditioning you're talking about, I know you drive
Yeah.
it. Well, thanks for bringing it out for us to see today.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks. I've made my way over to Ralph, and I think we're looking at a Buick.
1939 Buick, 350 Chevy, 350 turbo, Nova front end, Camaro rear, chopped down 7.5 inches.
I was going to say, for those people at home, the Buick did not really look like this back when it was new.
The car was built by Paul Garwood, and started it in November of '91, finished it in April of '93. It's been done since then.
It's a great looking car. Now, you said 7 inches or 7.5?
7.5 is motor vehicles law for chop top, so we kept it within 7.5 inches.
That's great. That is great. And I'm looking at the back window. You kept some, like some of the back window anyway.
Did away with the vent windows. There was a vent window in the back also. Did away with that. And then the back windshield was double. So we did away with that and put a small one in with this.
So many times when you get that much of a chop, the back window turns into basically a mail slot. You kept more window than that. That's nice.
Still tough to see out of.
I'm sure.
There's some old pictures in there of when we started and when we finished, if anybody's interested in looking at them. But it's basically been done 20-some years and still runs good. Been to Florida and back a couple times. Paul Garwood took it down there, and been to Vermont.
That's
been to a lot of
fantastic.
proms.
That's great, and it's sprinkling rain now. It's been doing it all morning, and thank you very much for bringing it out and showing it to us today.
Thank you.
I've said it before several times today, and I'm going to say it again. You've got a lot of competition. There's a lot of Fords here today. It's almost like it's a Ford show. We've got a few other ones speckled in, but we're taking a look at another Ford. I'm here with John. John, tell us a little bit about your car.
Yeah, this is a 37 Ford Tudor sedan. It's all steel body, and it's a really nice little car. I've had it for about 3 years. Guy who originally had it restored, it was pretty much mostly done, but did real nice job with the interior work, and the outside is pretty much kept to mostly what it looked like originally. So, yeah, again, nice little car.
When you mention steel, for a lot of people that are home, they don't know a lot of the old cars like this you look at are not steel. They're fiberglass reproductions, recreations, copies of what the steel cars were back in the day.
Yeah, and this, as far as I can tell, looking all over the whole thing, there's everything in it is steel. A lot of guys, sometimes the hoods, they got to put a fiberglass hood in and match it up and get it to fit right. And so, but didn't have that problem with this, and it's all, original 80-something years old is great to have.
It really is. It's impressive that it's lived that long. It's almost a stock car.
Yeah, the original stock had the flathead engine, and so, but I wasn't wild with the 60 horsepower, so I'm glad they updated
right.
that. And and the interior is nice and comfortable too. So, and I've taken my kids, I got 2 daughters, and they've been to dances and formal dances and things, get their friends, and nice, good size in the back seat, and so.
It's great. Thanks for bringing it out. It's good to see you using it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Well, we were just looking at an all-steel body car, and we were talking about the differences between steel and the fiberglass, the recreations, the reproduction cars. I'm here with Bob. Some of you that are local are seeing this, know this guy. He's at a lot of the car shows. Bob, tell us a little bit about your car.
It's a 1934 Chevy. It was built by American Classic Street Ride up in PA.
How long have you had it?
I bought it in 2010.
Now, you bought this with the money that you sold your T-Bucket from, and a lot of you that have known Bob for a long time know he had that, like a really neat T-Bucket. Now he's moved on to this. Do you drive this often?
Yes, every chance I get.
I already knew that answer, but everybody watching doesn't. So have you done anything to it?
I haven't done a thing to it, but oil change and tune-ups so far.
it's a great looking car, and it's in great shape. You always keep it clean. Thank you for bringing it out and showing it to us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our show today. We went through and looked at a lot of cars. We looked at them really fast. We don't usually go through them this quick, but there was a lot of cars to see. And I'm here with Pastor Paul at Abundant Life Church. Thank you very much for hosting the show today. This was really great. And thanks. The weather held off as long as it did.
Yeah, well, we're just so glad all of you came out and were part of it. And we'd love to invite you to our church here at 3 Little Bakers Boulevard, and Sunday mornings at 10:30. So thank you.
Hey, thank you very much for having us. Now, Tim told me that there's another event coming up in probably late September, early October. We're going to do another event here. Thank you again very much in advance. We handed out some trophies. We didn't get a chance to show everybody because the rain's been right up against it, but we handed out Best Mopar, Best GM, Best Ford, and Best Import. You saw the show. Who do you think won? Thanks a lot, and we're going to see you again August 11th out on Kirkwood Highway. Bring your car out. If you weren't here, bring it out. We'll shoot your car for the TV show August 11th. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. But we handed out Best Mopar, Best GM, Best Ford, and Best Import. You saw the show. Who do you think won? Thanks a lot, and we're going to see you again August 11th out on Kirkwood Highway. Bring your car out. If you weren't here, bring it out. We'll shoot your car for the TV show August 11th. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.